And welcome back. The Cars Institute offers nonprofit know-how to those looking to start up an organization. And Keisha A. Shorty is here to explain how to get that nonprofit off the ground. Welcome back, my dear.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, good to see you. Now let's talk about it. We've had a lot of nonprofits on, and there are a lot of nonprofits out there in the Lowcountry, but there's a certain way to go about putting this all together, because you got to first, you say, determine if there's really a need.
Yes, there are a lot of people that have a passion for what they want to do, and you have a cause, you've been touched by something, but you really have to figure out if there is a need for what you want to do, because you have to figure out how to sustain it. Everybody that's been on, they're doing fundraisers, they're always trying to figure out a way to raise money.
Yeah.
If you're starting an organization, you have to be able to fund it.
And how would you be able to do that on the front end, determining first whether or not there's a real need for it, and two, if you're going to be able to fund it?
Go to Google.
Okay.
And put in an actual Google search for what you're trying to do. If you come up with a long list of organizations that are already out there, typically that means that, one, there may be a need, but there are already other people that are doing it.
And you would narrow that search into whatever area it is that you're in.
Exactly.
Okay.
So if there are already a lot of people doing it, then instead of reinventing the wheel, then join up with somebody else that's already doing it, and maybe put your efforts and your passion into that.
Okay, now should all nonprofits have board members, and why is that important?
All nonprofits have to have board members, because as a nonprofit, you are actually a nonprofit corporation. You are not a nonprofit business. There is no such thing. So you have to be registered with the Secretary of State, which means that you go onto the Secretary of State's website. They will tell you you form a corporation, and to have a corporation, you have to have board members. So you have to have board members. They can be actual family members, but they shouldn't all be
because
family
you want
members.
some people are outside of the situation that can be objective.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, next you say you have to get that EIN, your tax ID number.
Yes.
Why is that important?
Because you have to be legitimate. If you're going to accept donations, if you're going to raise money, if you're going to have equipment, anything at all, you have to report it. A nonprofit organization will have to have some money or some services or
separate
something.
bank account. Separate
bank account, everything. It cannot be under your Social Security number. You can't keep the money under your mattress. You can't keep it in a box. You have to have a Social Security, an actual tax ID number that is separate from you.
Now, file 501c3 application with the IRS.
Yes. If you are going to actually accept tax deductible donations, and you want to have that 501c3 status, which is a tax exempt status, then you have to file that 501c3 application with the IRS. The application itself is about 20 pages long.
Okay, so make sure you read the fine print, folks.
Yes, and actually we do offer services in terms of, I have a webinar, and we'll be actually offering classes starting in March on how to file that paperwork.
Okay, and how can people get involved with that?
They can get involved with that through the Cars Institute website at carsinstitute.org. And I'm actually starting a new series. It's called the Lunch and Learn series that we'll be doing small little 30-minute tips that people can do from their office or their home, where they'll be able to call online, call in and get some tips. And we'll be starting that in March.
Well, that sounds pretty good, because if you're going to be starting up these nonprofits, we want you to, start it off on a strong foundation and have all the information that you need so that you can succeed and help those that you're looking to help. Keisha, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
All right, now over to Tom.